An ugly performance it was for the Buffalo Bills today against the New York Giants, a game that the Bills were favored to win by 14 and a half points, ended up winning by just 5 points in this game. Hello, everyone. My name is Brett McDurphy with the Go Bills podcast. Glad to be with you on this now Monday morning to talk about the Buffalo Bills game against the New York Giants. And boy, was that a sloppy game by the Buffalo Bills in a lot of terms. A lot of a regression from the Buffalo Bills. Didn't seem like they played their best game whatsoever in terms of offensive play calling whatsoever in that game. Didn't love anything that I saw from the offense in the first half. And it came down to the second half. They did a lot better job in the game, but it really came down to the Bills barely even finding a way to get a win out there. So it was a much needed win for the Buffalo Bills. They needed to come up with a good win there, and they were able to get that win for the Buffalo Bills. But the first half was very, very sloppy from the Buffalo Bills. Second half, the Bills really started getting momentum in the second half. Their defense was playing much better. Josh Allen looked a lot better. He was 8 of 18 in the first half, and then finishing up the game he was at 19 of 30 for 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. A lot better in the second half, though, but still, the offense needs to play a lot better than that. That's not the best performance that I've seen from the Buffalo Bills on offense, and it really came down to a few things. It seems like the Bills were trying to force feed Stefon Diggs the ball quite a bit in the game, and they could have done a better job of trying to get the ball to different playmakers. And you saw in the second half, they started spreading the ball out a little bit more, and that's what happened out there. Did a much better job. If you're watching in the channel, just let me know. We're testing sound today, so there has been an issue with the sound, so we want to make sure that the sound is coming in clear. If you could let us know how it sounds, we would greatly appreciate it as well. Let's go over the stats for the Buffalo Bills all the way around. We did discuss Josh Allen, but let's go over the other players for the Buffalo Bills. James Cook leading the way with 14 carries for 71 yards. Stefon Diggs leading the way with 10 catches for 100 yards in the game. Other receivers that caught passes today, Gabe Davis, 3 catches, 21 yards. Dawson Knox, 3 catches, 17 yards. Quentin Morris, that 1 catch for 15 yards and a touchdown, an incredible catch in traffic there to get the touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 1 catch for 13 yards. Deontay Hardy, 1 catch, 3 yards and the touchdown. Leading the way in tackles today, Taron Johnson, 15 tackles overall in the game. Terrell Bernard not far behind him with 12 tackles in the game. Few sacks in the game, one by Leonard Floyd, another one by AJ Epinesa. And then it really was a defensive battle from the Buffalo Bills that stayed true to themselves throughout the whole entire game, giving up some points. Let's go over the team stats overall for the Buffalo Bills. 317 yards given up by the Buffalo Bills defense to 297 yards for the Buffalo Bills. 185 passing yards for the Giants to 169 for the Buffalo Bills. 132 rushing yards for the Giants to 128. 4.3 yards per play for the New York Giants to 5 for the Buffalo Bills. 20 first downs for the Giants, 22 for the Buffalo Bills. The third down efficiency for the Giants, which is an area for concern for me for the defense. They need to get off the field a little bit more. 10 of 19 for the Giants to 6 and 12 for the Buffalo Bills. Fourth down efficiency for the Giants, 1 of 2. The Buffalo Bills did not go for it on fourth down. 73 total plays on offense for the Giants to 59 for the Buffalo Bills. 3 sacks allowed, 0 for the Buffalo Bills. So 3 sacks. The Bills had 3 sacks in the game overall that they got on defense, but none given up by the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. 4 punts by the Giants, 3 for the Buffalo Bills, 9 penalties for 65 yards for the Giants, 7 for 51 by the Buffalo Bills. Some of that was the scrimmage that you saw by a few players of the Giants and Deion Dawkins out there. Total time of possession in the game for the Buffalo Bills, 28 minutes and 36 seconds to 31 minutes and 24 seconds by the New York Giants. As far as fumbles lost as well as interceptions thrown, 1 fumble lost by the Buffalo Bills, 1 interception, 0 turnovers by the New York Giants. And this is a game that I look at, and Tyrod Taylor played a hell of a game and kept them in it for the New York Giants. They did a really good job of staying in the game. And it really came down to the Buffalo Bills just not doing their job on offense, and the offense didn't score points. Pretty much came down to that, but hats off to Wink Martindale. Really good defense that he showed for the Buffalo Bills today. And they did exactly what they should have done. And as an offensive coordinator who played with the Buffalo Bills and Brian Daboll as the head coach, they schemed out some really good schemes, and they stopped the Buffalo Bills very well out there as well. Really loved what I saw out there from the defense, though, all the way around. We did switch the theme color over to the red for the color brush of the game. So we wanted to make sure we got that out there, and it should look much better. So we wanted to make sure we did that as well. But overall, loved what I saw from the defense, doing really good things. It's just the one thing that I want to address is the corner play. It seems like they're playing off a little bit too much. I want to see them be a little more aggressive, play press man coverage, which is an area that I think they should have played in this game a little bit more, and force Tyrod Taylor to have to beat the Bills with his arm, which is something that they didn't do. They gave him the easy throws and let him try and make the easy throws all the way around, but I would have wanted to see press man coverage, make it harder on him and make him use his legs, as well as utilize his deep ball, which is an area that he's not very good at. And that would have been an area that I wanted to see Buffalo work on, but they didn't do that today. We'll get into it a little bit more tomorrow for our Overreaction Monday show. That show will be featured at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Actually, now it's going to be today at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we'll get into that in just under about 20 hours away. So we'll get into that very shortly. We do want to keep the podcast a little short today just because it is a little late. We'll get into the overall stats by the New York Giants, and Tyrod Taylor, 24 of 36, 200 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 24 carries, 93 yards, 3.9 yards per carry average, as well as in the passing game, 4 catches for 5 yards overall through the day. So 100 all-purpose yards for Saquon Barkley, just around there. Leading the way at receiver was Darius Slayton, 4 catches, 69 yards in the game. The Bills did not give up a single touchdown in the game overall, so that's another great sign that the defense was playing very well. Linebacker Bobby Okereke was playing phenomenal for the New York Giants as well. Really stepped up, 11 tackles, leading the way for them. But overall, this is a game where the Buffalo Bills should have won this game by a lot more points. I'm disappointed in the outcome of how they played, but it is a win. We got to take that into effect. We are 4-2, and we can focus on the New England Patriots next week. But we'll get into it a little bit more on our Overreaction Monday show later on today. But don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter, as well as Threads. And you can also find us on our website, GoBillsPodcast.com. Click on over to the website. You can see all of our upcoming shows that we will have throughout the week. Everything has already been updated, so we will have all our shows up there throughout the week. And don't forget to also click on over to the Nickel City Mafia and Red, White, and Bills for their post-game shows later on today. This has been the Go Bills podcast. We will see you next time for another edition of the Go Bills podcast. Until then, Go Bills.